Hey, what's up everyone? Vasquez, this is DJ Valoramous. In today's DJ tutorial, I want to discuss how you can enter the market as a DJ. So I'm going to provide you with 3 simple pieces of equipment that you need as a DJ in order to get started. And in this tutorial, I will assume that you already have a laptop. So that is one piece of equipment that you will not need to purchase if you are trying to enter the market as a DJ. So I will explain to you the 3 other types of equipment that you will need in order to begin DJing. So the first piece of equipment that you will obviously need will be a controller. I recommend you start with a controller because these pieces of equipment are a bit cheaper and they also connect to your laptop, which then allows you to DJ through DJ software. And some of the controllers can be almost a complete all-in-one system, which is basically a hybrid model between CDJs and then a controller. But I recommend you start with a controller because there will be fewer buttons and fewer functions for you to understand. So the price of an average entry-level DJ controller can range anywhere from about $100 to $500. But I recommend you stick somewhere in that $200 to $400 range. And that way you are not making too big of a financial investment, so you can test the waters and see if you would like to continue and learn further. So while I'm not into advertising pieces of DJ equipment, this was the DJ controller that I started with, and I bought this used. And this is the DDJ S1 by Pioneer. And this was a controller that through a USB cable connected to my laptop, and then through Serato DJ, which is a software program that's popular with a lot of DJs, I used this hardware system and I used this Serato DJ software in order to learn how to DJ. And then from there, I was able to step up into the DDJ 1000, which is what you see before me. The second piece of equipment that you'll need are special DJ headphones. So no, your earbuds or your basic gym headphones, those are not going to cut it. You will need to purchase special DJ headphones. The headphones that I use are the Sennheiser HT25. These are very lightweight and also very comfortable, and the audio quality is quite good. And I recommend you spend $150 to $200 on a decent set of headphones. You don't want to spend too much because, again, you want to determine that you actually like this hobby, that you could potentially turn into an actual side hustle and an actual profession. So I recommend you spend about $150 on headphones, and then between $200 and $400 on a controller. And right there, that's roughly $500, or maybe at the low end, you'll be spending about $350 on just these first 2 pieces of equipment. And then the third piece of equipment that you will need will be a RCA, or you could use XLR, but you'll need a connector cable from your controller to speakers. And so if you already have computer speakers, there's one less thing that you have to buy. If you do not have that, I recommend you purchase a relatively cheap or inexpensive set of speakers because you want to practice in the home. You don't need a full range 15-inch wedding speaker that corporate DJs would use, because theoretically if you blossom into turning this hobby into a side hustle and then into a business, you can procure that equipment later. But also a lot of times when you're DJing live in public events such as at bars or clubs, you are going to plug into their system. And in many cases, they may already have the cables for you, but if they don't, you will need to buy cables, XLR cables or RCA cables in order to connect from your system to their system. But if you're DJing at home, you will need this RCA cable. And what this is it's an RCA cable. This is an RCA cable on one end that then goes into a 1/8 inch or 3.5 millimeter jack on the other end. And then what you need in order to connect to speakers, because this will not plug into speakers directly, you're going to need a female end and female end 1/8 inch or 3.5 millimeter connector piece, which will connect into this part of the cable, and then your computer speakers will go into the other end. And that is how you will transmit the audio from your controller all the way to the computer speakers, which will allow you to test what you are doing live with the audio. Because as a DJ, it is your job, you are responsible for the audio, so that piece of equipment is something that's easily overlooked, but you will know when you're missing it because you will not be able to transmit your sound from your controller to your speakers. So there you have it. That's my 3 pieces of equipment that I recommend that you purchase in order to begin as a DJ. If you think I'm forgetting something, please leave in the comments below. And if you like this content and like to see more, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.